It's been a while since I've been to Ollie's to pick up any comic book mystery packs. Well, I went back recently and I found a whole bunch of new packs with new comics. So stay tuned as we unopen these packs and see if we picked up anything good. Welcome back, comic book fans. It's Rusty again with Collector Auctions, and in today's episode, I went back to my local Ollie's in my hometown in West Virginia to see if they had any new comic book packs. Now, I've been going back over the last few months since my last video on Ollie's, and it really didn't seem like that they had really updated any of the packs that they had there. But on this trip, they did. They had a bunch of new packs, and I picked up a handful. I could have probably picked up some more, but after a while, it starts to get a little expensive just for a fun video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit down. We're going to look at the comics that you can see on the front and back of each of these. I cannot tell what's in the middle. Each of these packs have at least 5 comics in there, maybe a trade paperback as well. And we're going to open those up and we'll see what we get and see if we get anything fun and if we think we've got anything valuable as well. But before I do that, definitely hit that like button, smash the subscribe, and click on that notification bell so you guys don't miss out on any of my episodes that I put out each and every week, Mondays and Fridays at 10 a.m. All right, guys, let's get to the books.
One eternity later.
All right, like I said, this Ollie's in my hometown in West Virginia had some new packs of comics, and I went through a bunch. I didn't even go through everything there because I had already picked out about 5 of these that I wanted to try out. So let's just start with the first one right here, and as you can see, inside the pack is a copy of Justice League #1. This is the Jim Chung cover and art on that, and I remember having that book. I forgot that in my collection, but we also have Harley Quinn's Gang of Harleys #1 on the back as well. So I thought those were some pretty interesting #1s to pick up. So let's open it up. I've got the scissors right here. Let's open up this pack and let's see if we've got anything else in here as well. And of course, these scissors are not cutting this as well as I would like. So give me 1 second here as I struggle through this. All right. All right, so we've got the books out. Let's start with the very first one. We have Justice League #1, the Jim Chung artwork, Mark Morales inking. And let's go to the back, and we know these two. There's Harley Quinn, Gang of Harleys #1. So we've got those. So let's see what else we've got in here. We've got Green Lantern #136. That definitely does not seem like a key. We've got the first issue of Forever Evil. And this is actually pretty interesting. You've got Jeff Johns and David Finch on that right there. I don't remember this book, but that's okay because I wasn't really reading a lot of DC's for years, honestly, and I probably missed this, even though David Finch is one of my favorite artists that I actually own original artwork from, but not so much from his DC days. I was more of the Marvel books that I really liked, the Ultimate X-Men, the Avengers run, things like that. And then, of course, here's the the 5th book. We have U.S. Avengers #1. So all in all, we had 4 #1 issues out of that. It's not a bad little pack. You got some #1s out of there. I don't know if any of these are very valuable or not, but that one book right here, the Forever Evil book, actually a little intriguing. David Finch, I'll see him at one of my Comic-Cons I'll be going to this year, as well as in just a few days, I'll be seeing Jeff Johns at a local comic book shop, Third Eye Comics, for a signing. So I don't think this book is going to make my cut. I've already pulled my books for that signing. So it'd be hard, unless I decide to get David Finch on this book down the road. I don't think I'm going to get Jeff Johns on that, but that might be interesting. I'm going to sit there and read that because, as I said, I really like David Finch's artwork. All right, let's go on to the next pack. And this one intrigued me because it was the first issue here, I believe, of Wolverine and Captain America with Weapon Plus right there on the cover. And then, but on the other side, you had Thor 705. Now, this is a book I bought for a signing. I actually had Art Germ sign this for a CGC signing. It was not the Virgin copy, it was this exact copy, and I have a beautiful 9.8 of Art Germ signing that book, and it's a book that I need to send in to Jason Aaron to get signed as well. But let's open this up and see what we've got in this. This one, I saw the Thor book and I picked it up immediately. I know it's not a valuable book, but that is such a gorgeous cover that he did of Jane Foster as Thor. It was so much so, like I said, I ended up getting a CGC signed copy of that. But we've got a beautiful copy of that right there. And then the other number one was Weapon. It's Weapon Plus. And I am not familiar with this book at all. I'm not really familiar with most of the creators there either. But hey, it's a number one issue. It's a Wolverine type story. I'm intrigued by that because I guess my understanding is the Super Soldier program really was part of the Weapon, I guess, the Weapon X program, although Weapon X was really Weapon 10, right? I mean, isn't that what the X really stood for? And Captain America was the first Weapon 1, I guess. I don't know. Guys, I don't know. I haven't followed in recent years the whole retcon of the Weapon X program, and to include Captain America and other heroes or villains or whatever. Definitely let me know. Let me comment in the comment section if you can give me a little brief history of that right now. I have not followed the continuity on that very much at all, but this book intrigued me, so I went ahead and picked this up. Let's see, we've got Valkyrie number 2. And this is continuing the story of Jane Foster after she became a Valkyrie, after she gave up being Thor. We've got Superman, Son of Krypton number 5 right here. This is a book that I dropped after the first issue. Just not my taste. We'll leave it at that. We've got Hulk number 4. And I think this is following She-Hulk at the time when they turned her into the gray She-Hulk. And of course, the one that was on the back here was Superman Wonder Woman number 1. So far in these packs, I wouldn't say they're super valuable, but it's been interesting. We get definitely some number 1 issues out of this. Let's take a look at that Superman Wonder Woman. Charles Soule was writing. That's actually pretty good. He's a good writer. So kind of enjoyed this pack right here. But to me, this was, if I can pick it up here, that was the real gem out of this right here. And it looks like it's a pretty nice copy too. It is definitely hard to get these packs and to expect 9.8 versions of some of these comics in there. These things get manhandled in the store. As you saw in those packs, they're pretty loose. So people are thumbing them and moving them around, seeing if they can see what the inside books are like and everything. So they're getting pretty manhandled. Now these right here they had 2 different kinds of packs. You saw the packaging on the last one. But these right here come in a pack that's a little bit more wrapped, and there's no movement in the bag. And it says Comic Book Super Value 5-pack. And there's no cheating on these unless you just open the bag. But they had Poison Ivy number 1 right there. And this one is one of those. It is Dallas Cowboy Cheerleaders Missing, Spider-Man and Hulk in Southwest Showdown. And this is one of those, I am not sure. It's one of those promotional books. I seem to remember it back in the day, and I picked it up specifically for this right here. So I'm intrigued to see what this is going to be. It seems very familiar, but I don't know if it's really worth anything. And let me see if I can get into this pack. Well, these are wrapped up super tight. All right, I'm going to stop filming, and I'll be right back.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Okay, I'm back. I am sorry. I'm glad I didn't do that on camera because that was a mess. These packs right here were super tight. They were taped down so tight right here that there was no lip, there was no edge to be able to pull the the flap over. I couldn't even get a finger hold on anything. And so I had a little bit of give at the top to be able to get the scissors in and trying to be careful not to touch the books. And so what I did was, it was so much trouble, I went ahead and opened the other two, although I haven't unbagged them yet, just like I haven't unbagged this. But let's go ahead and finish opening this up. Man, I tell you, what a mess this was. And I think I've got them almost ready to go here. Oh my goodness. They're still giving me grief. Okay. Whew. Got the books out. Let's just start with this. Dallas Cowboy Cheerleaders Missing Spider-Man Hulk in the Southwest Showdown. I don't know much about that. Oh, look, we got the leader here. So we got this team up. We got the Dallas Cowboy Cheerleaders. And this is from, let's see, I'm going to look at the date down here if I can find it in the copyright. Where is it here? I mean, this has got some age on it. And 1982. 1982 on this. This is pretty interesting. It actually looks to be in really nice shape for a book that old and everything. And yeah, I mean, that's a really nice book. Now, I don't know if that's valuable or not. I will look it up, and if it turns out that as a CGC candidate, that's worth something, I might have to put that on the screen, but don't count on it. All right, let's go. Let's see. The other book I said I could see here was the Poison Ivy issue number 1. Right there. All right, let's see what books we have in here. We have a Boom Studios book. It's the Folklords number 2. Never heard of that. This one I've heard of. It's Brilliant from Icon. This is from Bagley and Bendis. And this is issue number 2. I think I actually have this. I had read some of these, but I don't think I had the issues after number 2. And of course oh, here we go. This is actually pretty nice. Which issue is this? This is number 2. This is Shaman's Tears from Image Comics. This is a Mike Grail creation, I believe. So that was an interesting pack, but the real treasure for me is definitely this right here. So like I said, I will put a value on that, see what that actually would be worth graded. Let's see if it's worth anything. All right, as I said, I opened up the other 2 packs. I've got them right here. I'll show you what's on the front. And the reason I picked this one up is you've got the DC Universe Rebirth number 1. You've got this beautiful Jim Lee artwork of the Trinity right there. And I bought that specifically for that book right there. On the back, we've got the Boom Studios Dune House of... How do you say it? I can't even pronounce it. But it's the Dune series that they did at Boom Studios. Foil cover right there. I thought that was kind of neat. It's in issue number 2. I don't know. I don't think there's any value in that. But let's just go through this real fast. So that is a really... I was going to say it's a thick book, but there was another book stuck to it. So there's the Dune number 2. And let's go back to the front, and we'll take a look at the... Yeah, here we go. DC Universe Rebirth. This is Trinity. Actually, I guess the title really is Trinity number 1. And I'm pretty sure that is a Jim Lee cover. I could be wrong on that, but that was really nice. All right, let's see what else is in here. From Boombox, Ghosted in LA number 9. Have no idea what that is. This is from Epic, I believe. Epic Comics. Tomorrow Nights number 3. It's actually bagged. That's an interesting... An unknown comic. I've never heard of that. And then in this one, we actually had a trade paperback. And this right here, I've never heard of it. It is the Z-Men, All the President's Men. This is from, I guess, Double Take Studios, Double Stake Comics. I have no idea about that. If you guys know what that is, let me know. Maybe it is something, but it's an interesting trade paperback. You do get that in there occasionally. I know that one of them that I put back had one of the Walking Dead trade paperbacks, but I've got that entire run of trade paperbacks for that series. But yeah, this looks interesting. we'll give it a shot. We'll definitely read some of these. Some of these we'll look up and see if there's any value on them. But that was an interesting pack. I don't think it was worth too much right there. All right, last pack. We start off with this right here. I had to pick that up. It is the Submariner little mini-series. It's issue number 1 out of 4. So they got me on the number 1s on some of these. So I picked up a number 1 on this. And I want to say this is early 80s. Actually, it's 84. And then on the back, it had Boom Studios, Power Rangers, Draken, New Dawn. This is issue number 2 of 3. I didn't pick it up for that. I picked it up for this Submariner issue right there. And as I said, I pre-opened this one as well, although not very well. So, see if I can get these books out of here without damaging everything. All right, let's start with the Draken book, New Dawn, right there. I'm not a Power Rangers fan, so it's not, the book doesn't mean much to me. And then the Submariner book right here. And let's see. It looks like I only get 4 books out of this one, not 5. We get Talos, number 2 from Image Comics. A book I have no idea about as well. And the last one from CrossGen is Scon. Is that how you say it? So, kind of got gypped on that. Now, my 5-pack book ended up being 4 books out of that one. I didn't like that one quite as much. But there you go. These were all... I will tell you this, of all the packs I've been picking up over the last probably 6 to 7 months from Ollie's, I didn't have a single one of these comics in here. So you can definitely tell, if you go back to Ollie's right now, you got a good chance of finding new comics in your pack. Not great comics. There are some gems in here, but nothing that's going to set the world on fire. These are for fun. That's why I only pick up 5 of these instead of going nuts on them. There's not anything that's jumping out. It's not like those Walmart packs from a couple years ago now where they had some of those limited variations that were just going skyrocketing in price. I mean, you could find some really great things in those. This is not this. This is more for fun, and you can pick up some fun, interesting things in here. All right, guys, so that's it. I had fun with this. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. It's pretty lighthearted. These are not serious comic books for the most part. There are some gems in here, and small gems and everything. Nothing major at all, but like I said, just a fun video. I hope you enjoyed it. Definitely leave me a comment in the comment section below. Let me know if you've been picking up any comics from Ollie's recently, if you've found anything good in your packs. So that's it. Guys, I'm out of here. Take care, and remember, every comic has a story.